All right, let's dive into these Koh Samui plans you've got brewing here. Specifically, all these notes on Jeep Safaries. You're really going for it, huh?
Seems like you're at that exciting but maybe overwhelming point of planning. Yeah, with so many incredible options, you're a bit spoiled for choice.
Totally, and that's where we come in. Just skimming through this, it seems like you're really wrestling with those classic Koh Samui dilemmas. You want those stunning, those like quintessential island views, those natural wonders, but you're also drawn to the elephant encounters.
It's that push and pull, right? Like, do you go full throttle on the natural landscapes, or do you make sure to get up close and personal with those majestic creatures? And you're clearly tuned into the ethical side of things, too, from what I'm seeing in your notes.
For sure, for sure. You're definitely doing your research, which we love to see. I mean, you've even got like all these different Jeep tours all marked up here. We've got military Jeep Safari, which sounds intense, with a mummified monk even mentioned. And then, of course, you've got white Jeep Safari, which feels a bit more, I don't know, laid back. Probably more about those picture-perfect moments.
Right. And honestly, those are pretty common themes in Koh Samui tours, these kind of contrasting experiences. Like when you see military Jeep Safari, you're probably looking at rougher terrain, maybe some historical sites, right? It's going to be an adventure. Whereas the white Jeep Safari is probably more accessible, focused on those iconic landmarks and viewpoints. Definitely more emphasis on the panoramic shots.
Totally. And speaking of panoramas, you mentioned that a lot in your notes, like it's a specific thing you're looking for. What is it about a panoramic view that really, I don't know, speaks to you?
It's interesting, right? For some people, it's that feeling of vastness, of being able to see for miles that really connects with them.
Yeah, that sense of scale, which honestly makes me think those white Jeep tours might be right up your alley. But, you know, we can't forget those elephants. You've got notes on mud spas, waterfalls, you even have Namwang waterfall I circled, which is iconic, right? But then you have that note about elephant kingdom.
Right, and Elephant Kingdom is interesting because it gives you waterfall INE too. Plus they've got that secret garden with the statues, which you've underlined a couple of times. What is it about that caught your eye?
I don't know. I mean, Waterfall 2, from what I've heard, it tends to be less crowded than Waterfall Y. Right, so you get a little bit more of an intimate experience. And then, yeah, that secret garden, it definitely hints at something a little bit different. Like maybe it ties into some local folklore or something.
Definitely. Adds a little cultural layer to the whole thing. You've also got a whole section here dedicated to mud spas. You were really set on that experience.
Oh, for sure. I mean, who doesn't love a good mud bath, right? But honestly, looking at all this, it seems like the Elephant Kingdom tour ticks most of your boxes.
It really does seem like a solid contender. And the beauty is, even if you choose that, you can always make time for the other spots, right? Flexibility is key. You're not locked into one itinerary.
Exactly. So maybe the Elephant Kingdom to start, get a feel for things, and then see what you have time for after that.
And hey, here's a thought to chew on. You seem so drawn to both the natural beauty and the cultural aspect of Koh Samui, right? So maybe while you're there, take some time to dig into the local beliefs and mythology surrounding elephants. See how those majestic animals are woven into the fabric of the island's stories? It add a whole other dimension to your trip, don't you think?
Absolutely. That's such great advice and a perfect place for us to wrap up this deep dive.